Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield here with the legends of Las Vegas and some hugely talented people. And we've got one for you today. Delphine, how are you?
Hi, Alex. I'm doing good. Thank you.
It's really nice to see you again. I mean, I saw you for years and years and years in Love by Cirque Du Soleil, and you had this beautiful act. It must be fantastic to be you. I mean, you've been here for over a decade performing on the Las Vegas Strip.
Yes, I moved to Las Vegas in 2005. I opened the Love Show in 2006 at the Mirage Hotel. So it was really it was my dream. My dream came true. So I was 14 when I was dreaming about Cirque du Soleil, and I was 25 years old when they called me, and I got this great opportunity to move to Las Vegas and perform the role of Julia Lennon, which was really an honor.
And again, I mean, that show had such hype, possibly the most hype of any of those Cirque shows. Everybody loved it. I mean, they got it right from the beginning, didn't they?
Yes, it had a huge impact on people, especially not only the fan, like every generation, even like the teenagers. It was really amazing because people even didn't know the music of the Beatles. They did like the show.
It's incredible. And then we look at your act specifically. I mean, all the aerial acts always impress me the most because they're the most dangerous. And they are dangerous, aren't they?
Yes, it is dangerous. I was performing 2 shows a night, 10 shows a week for over 8 years, a total of 3,400 shows with no safety. So, there is no mistake possible.
And that is the problem, isn't it? I mean, people think, there might be a mystery wire somewhere that will save you. It is purely down to your rehearsal, your discipline, and the guys around you to make sure that every performance is perfect. Just go through the discipline of making that happen. How long does it take to create an act like Julian Lennon?
So I was doing a straps act. So the strap is wide like that. I put it around my wrist and I hold on with my fingers. And my mind, of course. So all of this, it's not only physical, it's also mental. But we created the act in about like a year, I would say. But once the act is created, we continue to make it better. We try different positions, transitions. The Love Show was very particular because there is no orchestra. So if something goes wrong, the music continues, and you have to cover.
And I wonder, on a daily basis, doing 2 shows always fascinates me. How exhausting is that, especially by the time you get to day 5 and you've done 10 shows? I mean, even on Broadway, they only do 8.
It's exhausting if you always give your 100%, 120%. What I learned is I didn't have the choice. I had to be on my 80%. So you have to accept that. If you want to last, you have to choose which speed you're going to go. It's like driving a car. Like, if you drive slow, you may have less chance to have an accident, but if you drive fast all the time, at some point it's going to hurt.
Yeah, interesting. And then about those people around you, did it ever get old, the standard of the acrobats, the aerialists, these incredible athletes who are around you? I mean, it's a phenomenal team, especially on something like Love or Car, the talent that's in these shows.
Well, yes, it's another pressure. Not only that I'm taking risk every night, I'm surrounded by only talented people. So at some point, I remember I was lost because I was like, what is my value? What is my level? Because you always see talented people next to you.
And are they family? I mean, when you're working that closely together for that long, for years on end as you were, I mean, even the creation process is longer than some West End musicals will last. You're literally together 24 hours a day in some cases.
Yes, it's it's not like the show start at 7 p.m. and you arrive at 6 p.m. No, there is a life before that. There is training, costume fitting, meeting, video sessions. So I would spend the day around 4 p.m. until 11:30, but my act was the last one, so it takes another 30-40 minutes to remove the makeup and brush the hair, and so it's a lot of dedication.
And physically, what do you have to do during the day? Is the show enough to keep you fit, or do you still have to go to the gym during the day?
Well, believe it or not, I had 3 workout sessions scheduled by my coach.
Right.
Because I was working my upper body a lot. Then my hips, my legs were not moving as as much as my shoulders because I was pulling a lot on my arms. And being in the air so much, I would have my ankles getting weak. So you have to compensate constantly to avoid injuries. So yes, you still have to work out.
And then life on stage. Is there anything more thrilling than that round of applause at the end? You've done the prep, you've been to the gym, you've had your dinner, you're now about to do the show, and then they love it. I mean, it must be thrilling.
Yes, but in the case of Julia Lennon act, she died at the end of the act. So sometimes it was so deep and so, I would say, maybe it remind to people it's a memory because she did exist. This is the only character that has not been created by Cirque du Soleil. She really existed, right? So when people didn't applaud because it's death, they don't know if they can applaud.
Right.
So some nights I was like, shoot, they didn't applaud. Is it good or is it bad? But I guess it was a form of respect. So how can you applaud when someone dies?
Again, that's what Cirque du Soleil do so magnificently, isn't it? One minute they can have you laughing at the clowns, and the next minute they take you to such an intimate, personal, raw place, and that's the beauty of Cirque du Soleil.
Yes, it is. And to go back to that moment when Julia Lennon died at the end of the act on stage, I think it's like one of the only moment there is no music, it's silence. And she goes back up to 25 feet in the silence.
Incredible. You chose to leave Cirque du Soleil, and since then you've created another life, and part of that is training the next generation of acrobats and athletes. How exciting is it when you find someone as talented as you who you think one day could make it to Cirque du Soleil?
It's very exciting. Like, it's like speaking the same language. One of my students, she's very good on trapeze, and I'm like, I see like a mini me, and I really like hope she's gonna make it. She's going to National Circus School in Montreal this summer to do a summer camp, so it's a good start for her.
I said to many of the performers before that I feel part of you is 50% discipline and talent, and the other 50% is sort of a risk taker. You love the thrill of the danger, of the fact that it looks so dangerous, yet at the same time you're sort of handling all of that and making it absolutely safe. That's the joy of Cirque, isn't it? The risk element is magnetic to an audience.
Well, it's kind of maybe shocking or sad to say, but if there is no risk, it's not circus.
Why did you choose aerial more than any other discipline? Because this has been the thing that's defined you in Las Vegas. Did you ever consider another type of circus? Because the aerial stuff has been the thing that you've become known for.
I was good at it, but I was feeling good, having my feet off the ground, and that sensation when I was a teenager, sitting on my trapeze above everybody, I was feeling, I wouldn't say powerful, but I was feeling at peace.
And of course, aside from the athletic brilliance, you're also beautiful, and that gives you many opportunities as well, doesn't it?
Yes, but it's a lot of work, of course, you know. I was not born with my split until here. I worked for that. I did a lot of ballet classes to get the body I wanted, and also that criteria. So you have to fit the criteria. And I got very, I would say, lucky that I got the opportunity to work for Richard McDonald. He's a very well-known and talented sculptor. So I was modeling for him, and then I modeled for Ben Lerman for painting. So I've done modeling since I was a teenager, 16. Yeah.
So are you incredibly confident, or are you just appearing incredibly confident? What is the art to looking so good as you do, both physically, appearing mentally confident, and standing on a stage and pulling it off? Is there some inner strength you have, and where do you get that from?
Passion. That's it. If you're passionate about something, you give it all, you give 100%, and you want to give it right.
And I guess you have to give up certain stuff. So when you go to a Starbucks, you maybe don't have the muffin, or when you go to a buffet, you choose wisely. Is it a life of torture in a sense of what you can't have, or do you avoid the negativity and just look at what you can eat?
I mean, I burn a lot of calories, so I allow myself to eat not too crazy, like no junk food for sure. But again, like, I respect my body. I need my body to work. It's simple. I'm gonna give to my body what it needs to function. It has to be like mind and body are connected. So once you find that balance, then everything is good.
You are so stunningly talented and beautiful, and we wish you all the best in the future. I know this will have helped many people who dream of having that stage in which they can shine. Cirque du Soleil offer no bigger stages than here in Las Vegas, and you did that for so long. One day, may we see you back in a Cirque du Soleil show?
Absolutely.
Delphine, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Alex.